I was shocked. I was taken aback because what women were wearing in Paris was not at all what I had brought. I went to Paris for the very first time in September of 2019, and I was over the moon excited to go. As you know, I'm super into fashion, and because this was my very first trip to Paris, I wanted to make it the best fashion experience of all time, and so I did tons and tons of research, and those videos that I decided to create around the topics of what to wear in Paris in September, what women are wearing in Paris, and what to pack for a trip to Paris. I mean, they all went viral, which was absolutely amazing and completely unexpected, and it changed really the trajectory of my channel in a lot of ways. And I thought it would be cool to do a packing list for Paris in September now for 2022, even though I'm not going, and oh my gosh, I so wish I was going, but maybe if I plan to pack, I can make the trip there. We shall see. Alright, so let's rewind a little bit. Travel back in time with me, if you will, to pre-Paris Brie. I was falling in love with French fashion. It was 2017, 2018, when the French girl style trope was really, I would say, at its maximum height. And there was lots of content being created on the internet and influencers on Instagram who were promoting the French girl style. And so as I was thinking about perhaps a trip to Paris one day, I started dreaming and scheming and researching this subject about what real women are wearing in Paris, and I thought I had it nailed. So when I started creating the content for my YouTube channel, I talked about the typical tropes that you might expect, like your classic pair of jeans, a white t-shirt, a black blazer, a nice classic black belt, ballet flats, and a sisal woven bag. I did packing list videos for Paris, and I talked about what not to wear in Paris, and then when I actually went to Paris, I was shocked. I was taken aback because what women were wearing in Paris was not at all what I had brought. So I was a little bit shocked, and I was a little bit embarrassed, if I'm being totally honest with you, because I had made so many misconceptions about what day-to-day city people would be wearing, and it wasn't far off from what I was exposed to while living in Chicago in a really big city, but definitely the idea of the French girl had been misinterpreted a little bit, had been, how do you want to say, it had been kitschified, it had been amplified. It was not quite right, but it was almost right. So what I saw, you can check out the video in the description box, and I'll link it in the cards above, but what women were wearing in Paris was way different than what I had expected. So if I were creating a packing list for Paris today, there are two things that I would address right off the bat: my shoes as well as my style, and the fact that Paris in September is actually really warm still. Even though fall fashion is kicking off in September and Paris is a European city, it actually surprised me at how moderate and comfortable the temperature and the weather was. It didn't rain a single day that we were there. It's nothing but blue sunny skies, and it was actually very warm. So I live in the south and I'm used to the heat, but I was surprised that when we went to Paris, I actually was a little overheated because I had brought clothing thinking it was going to be a little bit brisk, maybe not cold, but at least brisk. Of course, I checked the weather before we went, but I was stuck with my head in the clouds. So the very first thing that I would change would be just dressing comfortably for the weather. So I would probably opt for fewer outerwear pieces, and if I were choosing outerwear pieces, I would definitely go for things that were like really lightweight, like this linen blazer that I'm wearing, or I would probably go for just like a very light cotton oversized button-up blouse or something like that, and then maybe even just a denim jacket, like a classic denim jacket to get me through. So nothing major, and even though I was thinking that ballet flats would be like the very best footwear option to wear in Paris, I was kind of shocked to see that yes, people were wearing normal footwear, they were wearing ballet flats and boots and stuff like that, but I would say the number one footwear item that I was seeing in Paris was really cool sneakers. I saw all different kinds, from Adidas, Stan Smith, to Vellas, to Converse, to Golas, you name it. I even saw several several women wearing Birkenstocks, I would say, before they really became super trendy here in the States. And really people were dressed very, very casually, far more casually than I expected to see them dressed. And so I almost felt like I was definitely sticking out as an American, even though I tried so hard not to. Maybe not American, but definitely not French. The next thing that I would change is my style. I would say, again, I was on my way to getting that right, but I was missing the mark a bit. I ended up shopping while I was in France because I was so influenced by what I was seeing on the street. So I did quite a bit of shopping at other stores, and I didn't buy very much, but I did browse a lot. And I do think that I had a little bit of a fashion crisis while I was there because certain kinds of denim were really in, and you saw, of course, all the tennis shoes were very different than what I had brought. Again, with the style, I really felt like I had missed the mark on understanding what real Parisian women were wearing. And the reason is because Paris is a large city. It is very full of art and culture, as you know, but it's full of youth, it's full of counterculture, it's full of the underground scene. And so when my husband and I were going to all of the, like, you could say, hip neighborhoods in Paris, and we were walking around, I definitely did not feel like the cool girl. I didn't feel cool. I did see a ton of cool girls. It wasn't overwhelming, but as somebody who's a fashion enthusiast, I did take notes. I was thinking to myself, when I get back to the States, I really need to work on my style. And I wanted to now talk through what I would pack if I were going to Paris today, because I feel like you are catching me in the moment of my fashion changing. I feel like my fashion is evolving as we speak. So I'm gonna pull up my phone and just try to show you guys some pictures of people that influenced me. These are real French women, some of them are not French, but I would say that the aesthetic is still where I'm trying to go, and what I am seeing definitely being the way that effortless chic is being represented in fashion today. So what I decided to do was create a saved folder on Instagram so that I could actually track the visual aesthetic of what I'm looking for. And I follow and have been following this really wonderful French influencer, fashion influencer for years and years now, probably for about since 2015 I've been following her. Her name is Franny Fine, and she's divine. She's just a wonderful mother and a fashion influencer, style icon, you could say. And I really was taking notes on her style and trying to understand, like, what made her so uniquely French, but also what made her very chic and cool. And what I came up with is that she's not afraid to address some of the more common, you know, French girl tropes. Like, for example, she's wearing this gorgeous navy beret with a pinstriped navy blazer. But as you can see, she's wearing her trainers, and they're, I want to say Reeboks, maybe, but that's something that is quintessentially French. You're not going to see a lot of this in the States, where they're mixing actual tailored suiting with tennis shoes. And I do think women in the United States are very much getting there now, but this is something that until going to France, I really wasn't seeing a lot of the tennis shoe action, but now it's coming out big time. Obviously, another really fantastic trope that she is sporting is the Baker Boy cap, or the Greek fisherman's cap. It's this wool, beautiful cap with a small bill, and it's got that twine that wraps around the front, and she's just pulling off that fringe so well with the Greek fisherman's cap. It's definitely something that I would pack for September. I probably would skip the beret, but I would go for the fisherman's cap, and then of course I would for sure go for a blazer, but maybe I wouldn't go for the classic trench coat in September. I would go for my Everlane super lightweight draped trench coat because it's incredibly thin. I could almost wear it just as like a very lightweight jacket, even though it's a trench coat. One other really great thing I noticed was that she was wearing a lot of different tennis shoes, but she did also have this beautiful pair of chocolate brown cowboy boots. So I might try to pack one boot. If I was thinking that I could stand to walk around in some boots all day, but at least they're low heel and flat. So I would probably pack something simple, like a simple trainer, or a pair of cowboy boots, or even just a pair of like really beautiful beautiful flats, you know, like a woven leather flat would be super cute. My next source of style inspiration is the lovely Lizzie Hatfield from Shot from the Street. She is not French, she is British, but I would say that her style is very on point with what is happening in France right now. I love that she keeps it very simple, yet there's always some beautiful detail that just sticks out about her, whether it's a lovely leather jacket or a nice belt or just a lovely, beautiful blue crisp button-up shirt, and then of course her classic Converse tennis shoes. I would definitely pack a pair of high-top Converse without a doubt, hands down. And I really love this recent J. Crew collaboration that she did where she's wearing these beautiful high-waisted, I guess you could call them painter's pants or cargo trousers. Those are super in style right now, and I'm so glad about that because they're very comfortable, loose-fitting pant. And if you're looking for something more forgiving and loose-fitting and casual for a late summer day, then these would be perfect. And then of course she's got some very walkable shoes, which are also from J. Crew, and they're like this awesome style Doc Marten leather sandal. I also think that denim in France is a 100% you're going to nail it every single time. Use the denim, wear it, live in it. You can't go wrong. It doesn't matter if you wore denim every single day that you were in France. If you wanted to have the effortless cool girl style, then that's what I would recommend wearing. But I love how she's paired it with these like knife pleat trousers. Lovely. I just think she's the coolest. I want to say these are Ray-Bans, and then just a classic black t-shirt, and then a nice little leather bag. Okay, so moving on to my dream queen. I am obsessed with her. It's really sad how much I love this woman, but oh, I feel really embarrassed admitting that. But her name is Margot, and she's a musician, so I love her style. She is French and American, I want to say. And so, making sure my lighting is good here. Actually, let me open the door really quick. Hang on one second. Moving right along, I opened up the door so we could shed some more light on the situation. Anyways, Margot is a fashion influencer, but she's also an artist and a wonderful musician, and her style is incredible. So I would probably pack a pair of white or light colored trousers, kind of like Lizzie's, and perhaps even a leather jacket, but for sure a white t-shirt, because that seems to be a classic look that you just can't go wrong with. And I did bring that, I want to say I brought that in 2019, but I would also probably bring a pair of cutoff shorts, a nice black oversized blazer, and then a really lovely like neutral bag, maybe a woven bag. I did see sisal bags in France, but let me tell you, I didn't see any color to them. There was not even an off color like brown or black. It was 100% natural sisal, and it was very chic. I thought, you know, that's a style must-have. So Margot is also pairing this look with some ankle socks and then these really beautiful patent leather brogues, which I think are stunning. So she has a very collegiate masculine vibe, but of course she is just feminine as can be. And I also really love that if you're going to Paris in September, you do need an evening look. So I would say you could go with a silk slip dress, but that could be slightly overdone. I mean, I don't know that it would be, but if you felt like I want to look chic and elegant and have an evening look for Paris in September, I would say you can't go wrong with this knit full-length dress. And then to keep it casual, like a French girl, you're just going to want to wear some great Adidas sneakers with it. And she's got this lovely bag from Soar Paris, and then just a nice blazer. I would also draw a lot of inspiration from again, a non-French woman. She's actually, I want to say, Colombian, but she lives in Spain. She's South American, but her name is Grace Villarreal, and she is so beautiful to me. I love everything about her look. Her and her sister have a line called the Villa Collection, and I think it's great because you can get some beautiful linen pieces, and they've got some new pieces out right now that I would definitely look into. But let's say you weren't into the denim cutoff look, but you still want to stay cool in the late summertime. I would do like a kind of tailored trouser short and you compare it with your tailored blazer and then just a really crisp white blouse or even just the white t-shirt, and then a really cute statement bag, but again, always pairing it with flats because it's a very walking city and you want to be comfortable. So again, Grace is just stealing my heart. Denim on denim, you cannot go wrong. You've got a leather jacket, Converse, and then a great pair of shades and a nice cute bag and a chain belt. I would not even hesitate because that just looks very comfortable, very cool and comfortable. Then my final look is this really neat look that I thought reminded me a little bit of the Margot look with the ankle socks and then the brogues. I kind of feel and I'm sensing that this is going to be a fashion trend to look out for, and it has been around for a minute, but get yourself a pair of black ankle socks and some black brogues and you can't go wrong. Plus a black oversized blazer, a classic white t-shirt, your favorite pair of jeans, and you're good to go. Keep your jewelry very minimal, and then I would say take 1 or 2 handbags. I was definitely standing out as an American, like with a really big sisal handbag. This was before I had any, like my Rouge handbag. I didn't bring a tote bag. I should have brought a tote bag, but honestly, I think try to have some unique elements to what you're wearing. Try to keep it artful. Think about art when you're putting your outfits together. How can you combine different colors and shapes? How can you have like one unique and fascinating detail or element to your outfit, and to keep it very natural and very pared down? Keep your makeup and your hair pared down and natural. Keep your jewelry minimal, your footwear comfortable, and you can't go wrong. So I hope that this video was inspiring to you. I hope that you learned something. If you feel like you got inspiration from it, would you please subscribe to this channel and like this video? Plus, you can always binge some more content that I've created. These YouTube videos right here are the original French Girl playlist videos that got me started, that took off, that made this channel what it is today, and I would love for you to go and binge them again. They're some of my favorite videos that I've ever made, and it's my sincere dream and wish that we can all go to Paris together someday, and I'm wishing you all the best. If you've got a trip planned for Paris in September, let me know in the comment section below if you're going. And then this is a very old freebie that I have, but I think it still applies, and it's a packing list for Paris, which you can download by clicking the link in the description box below. And of course, don't forget that if you'd like to book a free 45-minute style consultation with me as your personal stylist, you can do so again by clicking the link in the description box below. Those are absolutely free. We can talk about building your capsule wardrobe for Paris, your travel capsule for any destination you're going to for the last days of summer, or just enhancing your style and making it more chic and effortless and cool like these amazing French girls. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.